Hey there, and welcome to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. I am joined, as always, by my trusty assistant, Sona Movsesian.
Hello?
Although your real name is Talene.
Talene.
But you decided to go with Sona?
I didn't decide. My parents just started calling me Sona.
Why would they give you one name and then just start calling you another?
It's a long story, but Sona's my grandma's name, and it's an old lady name. And so my parents were like, let's name her something hip. And so they named me Talene. And then my grandpa was like, why aren't you calling her Sona? That's my, late wife's name. And so and when I was a month old, they stopped calling me Talene.
Right.
It's awful.
Wasn't that long, that story?
What? Oh, I know your middle name. I don't need to ask.
Christopher. I'm Conan Christopher O'Brien. Matt Gorley is also joining us, as always. Do you have a middle name, Matt?
Yeah, James.
Oh, Matt James.
Matthew James.
Matthew James. Yeah. I thought you might be like a Ulysses or Aloysius. You know what I mean? You have that kind of, like you might have some kind of name like that, but that's a cool name. You got a good name.
Yeah, I guess I just finally passed the test, huh?
What are you talking about? I'm good to you. Sure, we rib and josh and gallivant a little.
Yeah.
I grew up in a family with a lot of brothers, and we used to just, sort of bump up against each other, like cubs playing. When I cuff you, I'm like a giant bear tearing at a small defenseless cub.
I grew up in a family of polite, kind people.
God.
Yeah. So
what happened? How did you get out of there?
Civilized.
Yeah.
That sounds boring. I grew up quite differently.
There were too many of you.
What's that?
There were too many of you.
Well, that's not a nice thing to say about my family.
There's a lot. 6 is too many kids.
So which ones do you think shouldn't exist?
Where do you come in that?
I'm kind of in the middle.
Justin for sure should exist. Neil, I like Neil. I like Luke. I like Kate. I like Jane.
Okay, yeah, let's go with those.
Yeah, those 5.
Okay. All right. Well,
and I'm not even trying to figure out who's missing there.
I get the picture.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys something because I will admit I'm not an expert on podcasts, and we've determined that. But I'm confused about something. I went to a event at my son's school, and this guy came up to me who's jacked, really in good shape, and he said, "Hey, Conan, I really love the podcast." And I said, "Oh, well, thank you very much." And he said, "Yeah. I do this really intense workout." He does like a 40-minute, get your heart rate up, don't stop, burpees, using every muscle group, explosive action workout. And he says, and I listened to the podcast during it. And I was totally mystified and I said to him, I can't imagine working out to this podcast.
I understand it.
I do work out, and if you're only hearing my voice, but if you could see me, you'd say that's a guy that works out a lot.
Oh, come on.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, but I do work out a lot. But I need to listen to music.
Yeah.
And I am a podcast fan, but I cannot be listening to conversation when my heart rate is at like 160.
I think most people are that way. The reason I would listen to podcasts when I was working out is because I need my brain to be distracted from how miserable I am working out. And music wouldn't do it. I need to be tricked.
No, music completely does it for me.
But
music
not for me,
makes me feel like I'm in a movie, and when that song is playing, I'm the hero, and I've got to get up that mountain. No, I'm serious, and I'm on the treadmill, and I actually crank it up if it's a really good song I like. I can lift weights that I couldn't normally handle if it's a really good song. But listening to a reedy-voiced, thin-lipped, beady-eyed comic going, yes, well, good point. That doesn't sound like something that was me, by the way. I can't imagine.
They can't see you.
What?
They can't see you.
You
say your voice?
I just picture my voice and this medium not being appropriate to a high-intensity workout.
Yeah, it would be tough to work out to this podcast.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a lot of podcasts where they talk about glass figurines, or butterflies, or, do you know what I mean, a murder in Encino that was solved easily, but let's talk about it some more. Do you know what I mean? Like those podcasts.
What music do you listen to that gets you really fired up?
Any show tune.
What?
Oklahoma, where the wind comes screaming down the plain, and the waving wheat sure smells sweet.
That really gets you going?
It does.
Okay.
I listen to
like
just a big
metal.
No, I don't listen to metal, but I listen to a mashup of all kinds of songs, and so you never know what I'm going to be listening to. I might be listening to some Beastie Boys. but I might also be listening to some brand new music, like Coldplay's first album. So, the stuff that just came out. And it was all yellow. I like to go up to our interns and go, hey, how about that first Coldplay album? It's all yellow.
You're making them all sound so cockney.
I know.
Yeah. They're all just not even alive then.
No, they actually were not.
They were not.
No.
They were not.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you're out there right now I feel self-conscious because maybe someone's listening right now and working out.
That guy probably is.
Yeah, and I took him out of it.
No, we can get him back in.
Okay.
Coach him back in.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Conan O'Brien. You can do it, man. You can do it. Run harder. Run faster. Come on, I'll sing a song that'll get you going. And it was all yellow. I swept a chimney. I swept it real good in me neighborhood. And it was all yellow. Mary Poppins, she says that I'm her chum. I have soot on my thumb, and it was all yellow. That guy's now, his heart rate is at 250.